Okay guys, this video is going to be very interesting. So since these videos, there's been a lot of changes. First of all, I'm not allowed to drive out there when I went to the auction again, or that last time I wasn't. They didn't put my name on the board. And then the place that I was assaulted twice at, the place that the guy knows both the jeweler, the watchmaker, watch fixer guy, Frederick Don, and also knows big guy Jewel. Yeah, he was very nice, very, very nice. He even offered to give me shirts. How did he know I need shirts? Some old shirts he had. Very nice though. Big change. He's always been nice, but not out of his way nice. And he also posted my insurance. And I didn't even have the money for it. He posted it anyway. I paid him like a week and a half, 2 weeks later or something. I don't know. But anyway, I woke up the other day. I woke up this morning. Let me get my train of thought, guys. Alright. So today is, hold on, Tuesday the 27th. Not yesterday, but the day before, which was Sunday the 25th. At or around or after closing time of Fred's. I'm in the parking lot in front of the Gathering Place Church. In the parking lot. But my car is faced towards Fred's. Now there's only a few parking spots there you get good internet, Wi-Fi. And all of a sudden I hear sirens. Police, I hear fire truck, ambulance, everything congregating. They go to Fred's. And I'm thinking, I'm looking around. All of a sudden a cop car pulls up next to me. Now mind you, he hadn't been on the scene yet. This had all just started. Looks at me. You ain't seen that man laid out over there? Like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? In front of, on the pavement in front of the Fred's. I says, no. He drove off. Well, 5-10 minutes later, they walked the man to his car, and the man leaves. I'm assuming that was the one that was laid out. Then I woke up this morning and I thought about that. There's an 80 to 90% chance that was a message to me. A warning, threat. 80 to 90%. Now mind you, I'm not 100% sure. And I didn't really consider or think about it. But here's something y'all need to understand, guys. Before any of this ever started, God showed me some things, and in one of the dreams I had, it showed me my death, and it will be connected with all that's going on now. But understand, also, in my dream, I did not descend, guys. I ascended. What's coming out of my mouth is the truth. So if I'm going to die anyway, who cares? I'm continuing. Your little threats mean nothing. Officer Inman, excuse me, I retract that name. The one that was setting up cameras over there at John Clinskell's house. You know who you are. I'm sure you've been involved the whole time. You remember the incident with the knife that the inmate brought in that you lied about? Yeah, okay. Keep it up. Or what you did flirting with. Let's just stop on that one. But anyway. So guys, a day or two before that incident, the parking lot was full and I wanted the Wi-Fi. Closest one that I found was the Crystal. And I knew better than to park into Crystals because of what happened before. So I parked there and I'm using the Wi-Fi. So this young black kid keeps taking the trash out one little bag at a time instead of the back door like they normally do, out the front or out the side where I was. Kept looking at me. Alright. Finally, this girl comes out, starts the conversation, asking, what I was doing. I told her. She says, can you believe that they sent a girl out here to find out what you were doing? And as she was backing up, going back in, and she says, a gay girl. Like that. So here's the thing, guys. This gay thing. Story I want to tell you happened and it's true. One of the things that led up to me leaving the sheriff's department was one day I was roving upstairs, and well, let me go forward. I had fired this guy from being a trustee, worked in the laundry, for passing notes to the females and who knows what else through the laundry. I found all the evidence. Well, instead of going to the captain, instead of going to another female over there, or, talking with them about something, some kind of laying out what I was doing, I just fired him, wrote it up, instant report, fired him. Now, his condition with the DA's office was, if he remained a trustee and in good standings, he could do his time there instead of going to prison. All right. But he was highly pissed. But for some reason, instead of going to Charlie Block, Lockdown, which is next to the Medical Bravo, both are for-sale, small, tiny blocks. The doors that enter the day rooms face each other. Really face each other. Really close. Now, alright, he's locked up. And then later there comes in this one dude and another guy. Now, the other guy is his little partner. His little partner in crime. Now, he goes to Charlie Block, Lockdown, his partner in crime. He goes to Bravo, medical, whatever, isolation, whatever. So they're passing notes and catching them, every once in a while. But he comes to, I think it was a lunch or dinner or something. He comes up in the line. This happened more than once. I let it go once. Cussing. So I get on to him on the second time. Then he keeps asking for spoons every time. We're told not to give spoons every time. Try to monitor how many they get. They don't want them to have too many at once. I guess you can melt them and make stuff. I don't know. Sounds feasible. But anyway. So he's ticked off at me. Who cares? I'm doing my job. Alright, well, I'm up there roving one day. And the guy that I had locked down in that block, we're going to call him Paul. He comes up to me and says, "Hey, mister, you'll never believe what Gaither said about this." And he gave the other guy's name, the guy that just came in not too long ago. I said, What are you talking about?" He's trying to talk and tell me what Gaither was said about him. I kind of shook my head, dismissed it. I said, "Look, I got to do these rounds. Let me finish my rounds. I'll come back up and talk to you." Alright, finish my rounds, go downstairs. We got these little clip-on that were donated, of course. Little clip-on cameras that record with little SD cards. They're chargeable. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. They had a little blinking light that would tell you if they're not charged or if they're messing up. Alright, started out, it worked great. Went upstairs, halfway up there, it started blinking, not working great. So I kept it on anyway. We went up there. Now we're facing like the TV, the camera's on the left, but we're at a catty-corner angle where you can still see a little bit of our mouths. He starts telling me, he said, "Gaither was telling me about this one guy saying, something about his pubic hairs and all about his private part and all this and that." And I'm like, "What?" He said, "What? About his what? And what? Gaither?" Now, mind you, Gaither sort of looks like me, okay? Everybody confuses us sometimes, but he as crazy as Gaither gets sometimes in things he says, he would never, ever do that. Never go there. Never, ever, ever. So I know this is bullcrap. So I dismiss it and I leave. I like, wow, man, I leave. Well, dismiss this. A few days later, I'm scheduled to rove. I start to go upstairs, and Murray says, "You can't go upstairs. I've been told you can't go upstairs. I don't know why. But you were to remain downstairs. I guess you're booking." I said, "Ooh." Okay, why? I don't know. Now, this went on for several days. Finally, I'm called into Captain Moss's office. She's not there, but a detective is. And he tells me, yeah, that they said I'm the one that said that about that guy. And he mentioned the spoons. I said, spoons is true. The other is crap, bullshit. Now, first of all, before the conversation even starts, he gets me way off of my settlement and game, pushed aside and thrown off my balance by reading me my rights. My rights now. Okay. Then he says, well, would you be willing to do a lie detector test? And if you pass this test, then we'll file charges against him for lying. I said, yeah, I'd love to. Absolutely. So we get up, and I thought we were walking out to do a lie detector test. He said, no, we can't, because it's got to be set up for the Pill City, and that takes a couple of days to get one guy that does it. So at the front door, he's like, gets on his cell phone to call somebody. He says, hey, he said he'd be willing to do that. He'd like to do that. And then he comes back and he says, well, they don't want you to do a regular one. They want you to do a voice stress analyzer test. What the freak? I've never even heard of this. That's starting to sound awfully fishy and funny to me. Now, mind you, way before all this happened, I got on their hit list and poop list for telling the Chief Markham, that somebody needed to go to the media about all this bullcrap going on here. Alright. So I'm thinking, this ain't right. It sounds like they're trying to set me up for something. So I said, look, let me call my lawyer and find out. So I called the lawyer. He says, I don't know. Let me call another lawyer who's got more experience than this. Come back. He says, let me tell you something. Under no circumstances do you take that test. He said, that test is the most laughable thing in the world. He said, that's no more accurate than throwing a coin up in the air and flipping and letting it land on heads and tails. He says, do not, no matter what you do, take that test. So I refused. A few days later, I'm called the sheriff's department. I go over there, and now by this time, there's a new chief. I guess the old chief retired. Retired and got his agreement money about the food. I'll talk about that later. But anyway, so there's a sheriff and the new chief, and he's like, well, is there anyone else there that, maybe has something against you? I said, well, Captain Moss apparently, does, because of, there's rivalry, civil rivalry, whatever, between her relatives and friends and me sometimes. And so, okay. Well, I said, he says, would you want to stay here, or do you want to go to Asheville? I said, you know what? Send me to Asheville. Asheville's low back keyed. It's like the difference between Mount Pilot and Mayberry, guys. Matter of fact, even the plans and the layout of the jails are completely opposite, mirror opposite. So I'll go there. Now, mind you, I'm gonna fill in the rest after I get there on all this that happens. But the new chief said there something about, well, if you didn't do anything, why wouldn't you take the lie detector test? I says, I did want to do that lie detector test. I wanted to do that lie detector test. But then y'all changed the game on me. And I was advised by my lawyer not to. Told him just like that. Alright. We'll talk about the jail, the history, and what friends of friends built the jail, yada yada yada. And that'll fit in later. But let me tell you something, guys. Later, it was suggested that that boy that I supposedly said that about was a homosexual or gay, or however you call it, and that whatever I was saying was in direct contact or directly related to that. That's why I'm saying at the White House there's 2 incidents with the gay things. That's how I know it's county involved. And that girl, I highly suspect that's probably included too. But number 1, I never said anything about him. Number 2, I didn't even know the guy was gay. And There's a number 3, but I freaking can't think of it right now. What was the 3? Oh yeah, a couple of years later, I'm sure now it wouldn't by half his stats. I met the guy supposedly said that too at a thrift store. Didn't even know who it was at first. Finally figured it out, but anyway, I got his phone number. I want to talk to him. And then anyway, the conversation got into it. I couldn't even remember the guy. I locked down his name or nothing, but he reminded me. And I got all that on recording, by the way. But I promise you, listen guys, why, number one, did they believe an inmate? Number one. Oh, and as he was telling me this stuff in that day room, he kept looking back. I seen him out of the corner of my eye looking back at one of the rooms behind him. So he had someone in there listening, or something going on in the other room. So I do know. But number one, why was an inmate believed over me? Number two, why did they ask me to do the lie detector test instead of the inmate? Number three, they should have reviewed the tapes, and if our mouths could be seen or told at any way with a camera, they could have gotten a lip reader, guys. They could have gotten a lip reader and figured it out. That was the most bullcrap setup crap I've ever heard of, seen of in my life. Guys, it never happened the way that guy said it did. But they believed it. They wanted to, because they wanted me out of there. Because I threatened to go to the media. I think I can figure. Unless it was something else, other reason, which might be another reason. Which we'll get into that. The wrongful deaths and all later. But let me tell you something, guys. If you think you're going to have me beat up or whatever, or killed, like you had that guy that assaulted Miss Childers beat up, I don't care, number one. God is on my side. And if it's my destiny to die over all this, then it is. You know, that's fine. But, just to clear the air, I never said anything sexually or homosexually against in any way, shape, or manner that boy at that jail at any time or ever in my life. That is bull double crap. Analyze my voice, y'all. Double bull crap. Alright. Now, this video is going to be uploaded. Threat me all you want, guys. If that was a threat, don't care. I'm in it all the way. So, if you want to stop me, you know what to do. Bye.